Hey, welcome to another Monday Moment. I want to talk about the danger of comparison. In Exodus 18, Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, comes to visit him, bringing his wife and two sons, and he sees how Moses is dealing with the people and says, "This isn't good. You will surely wear yourself and the people out." And then he tells them in Exodus 18:21 what to do. He tells them in verse 19, "Listen to my voice, I'll give you counsel." And then in 21 he goes, "Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of 10. Notice how the men were all equal in character. They were able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness. But they weren't all equal in ability. They were all rulers. But some were rulers of thousands, some were rulers of hundreds, some were rulers of fifties, and some were rulers of tens. So it's no knock against anyone as to their leadership capacity. All can be rulers, but I believe you need to know what you have the capability or God-given grace to be ruler of. You might only be able to handle tens. You might only be able to handle fifties. You might able, only to handle hundreds, or you might only be able to handle thousands. And I know that we want to look at that and say, well, what makes the person who is able to rule over 1,000 better than the person that rules over 10? Nothing. Nothing. It is just their ability. All are able, all fear God, all are men of truth, hating covetousness. And so after we get to that, it's all an ability thing. It's all a grace thing. It's all a capability thing. It's not a knock. One's not better than the rest. And I believe we need to recognize where our capabilities lie. Because if we don't, we're forever going to be comparing ourselves to those that can handle more, those that have been blessed, those that have been given more. I think of the individuals that were given 5 talents, 3 talents, 1 talent, or in another account wasn't 10, 5, 1, or except all for the one that buried the 1 talent that they were given. The others were told, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You've been faithful a little, I'll make you ruler over much." Notice how there wasn't a discrepancy as to, well, I gave him more than you, so there's no variation with God. There's no comparison with God. God knows what we can handle, gives us what we can handle, and we're to rule over those things well. And we're to be faithful with those things. I think comparison tries to get you to notice what somebody else can do. And when we do, we ignore what God's called us to do. And I think we need to settle it in our heart that, this is what God's given me. This must be what I'm able to handle. And I want to be good and I want to be faithful with that which God has given me. And when you arrive there, godliness with contentment is of great gain. When you arrive there, man, this is who I am. This is how God uses me. This is how I am blessed to be used by God. And you begin to settle into that calling, and then you grow in that calling. I think there's always room for us to grow. I don't know if it's always numerically the amount of those that are trusted to us or are under us and under our leadership. But I think we need to see that all can be able, fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness. And though there are varying degrees of what's been entrusted to us, we're not to get caught up in that. I pray that this finds you well and encourages you. God bless until we meet again.